Shalom. All praise goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutations to the Akhmate pushing the spirit, decision, honesty. Remember the Korah olive through the spirit. This will be a quick lesson. It says, woman pushed to her death in front of oncoming train in NYC. Man arrested. All right. Suspect Simon Marshall, 61, was charged with second-degree murder, police said. All right, this dude was 61. You watch the video, seems to be like a bug out. He seems not to be all there. All right, the woman is not important, but she was pushed in front of an oncoming train. It says a woman was pushed to her death in front of an oncoming train in New York City on Saturday morning. New York City police said the incident occurred at around 9:30 a.m. at Times Square subway station near 42nd Street and Broadway. And that's that's one of the main stations, man, because everyone goes there for business. All right. On a Saturday, it's going to be packed. Either the people are working or they're going out to enjoy themselves or whatnot. But the Lord had judgment being brought down, all right, upon that woman, and that shows you the fear. That shows you the fear of the Lord. All right. If that don't show you the fear of the Lord, now I don't know what does. Now, dealing with the nation of Israel, the woman, I don't really care what nation she is or race she is. All right, judgment was brought down, but dealing with the nation of Israel, okay, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, 2/3 of you are going to be judged. So basically, what happened to this lady, there was no hedge about her, all right, because, the elect is going to have a hedge, all right. Before I speak anymore, let me just get the scriptures, okay. This is Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of the destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right? It says there be spirits that are created for vengeance. Okay? So in other words, you can have a person that's born, right? And their whole purpose is to bring the vengeance of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, upon someone or people. Like you might have serial killers and whatnot, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right? Because I believe he's she wasn't the first person that he saw. He saw another woman, but then the spirit had him jump on this woman. All right. So that's the ultimately that's the wrath of the Lord, man. Who knows what this woman has done in this time or her past time, in this time or her past life or whatnot, So that's the ground to fear the Lord, because we all committed sin. All right, we all committed sin, and what the scriptures say about sin is the wages of sin is death is the wages of sin. All right, I mean your payment for sinning is death. Okay, this is let's see, 2nd Ezra 9. I start at 20, straight to the point. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the vices that were come into it. So let's go to this real quick. There was peril, danger, serious and immediate danger of the devices. Simple look up stuff. I mean, I think it's Google belief. Devices implement, employ a thing made or adapted for a particular purpose, especially a piece of mechanical, a plan, method, or trick with particular aim. The devices that came in was basically breaking the law, statutes, commandments. All right, you have these different philosophies. You have the so-called white man in rulership, Esau, which is the wicked the Bible speaks of. Okay, which he's gonna bring in his devices. All right, and it's gonna mislead the people. Okay, and the people are gonna go off, and people are gonna sin. Mainly, the nation of Israel, because the Lord is really dealing with the so-called Negroes, like He knows the Native Americans. Okay, but nonetheless, man, everybody's supposed to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, so yeah, all right. So these devices are in the world that were come in. It says peril because of the devices that were come into it. The devices came into the world. Okay, so at one point you had Israel that followed the Lord, but then what happened? They started following the heathens. Okay, and at this point in time, who was it? Number one heathen, the one that's in rulership, the so-called white man Esau. Okay, and our people follow this man, and guess what? Our people, 2/3 of our people, all right, is being led astray. It says, continuing on, 2 Ezra 9:21, and I saw and spirited what greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and the plant of a great people. So a grape of the cluster, out of the whole cluster of grapes, the Lord only kept one. And the plant of the grape, and a plant of a great people. So great people, the Lord only kept one plant. And that's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, that small sanctuary. I'm getting to that later in a few. It says, continuing on, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. So the Lord said he was born in vain. The multitude was born in vain. All right. So you have some people that's, people always say, I was born to do this. I know it was my calling. Here it is. The Lord said you was born in vain. All right. Let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. All right. And how you made perfect through the blood of Yahushua. Nevertheless, if thou wilt cease yet 7 days more, but thou shalt not fast in them. So that was basically the point right there at verse 22. Let the multitude perish, then which was born in vain, and let my people be kept in my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. All right. So let me just go into that grape or that plant. It says, let me start at verse 1. Isaiah 5:1. Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved has a vineyard, a very fruitful hill, and he fenced it and gathered out of the stones, therefore, and planted it with the choice vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein, and looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. All right. So the Lord made a vineyard. Okay, and then he made it perfect, and he wanted to get grapes, and instead he got the wild grapes. So the grapes he's supposed to get was righteous people, but instead he got people breaking the law, statutes, commandments. The people is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the true Israelites according to the Bible. That's why he said, "And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, all right, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. And now go to which the Lord brought us out of Egypt, all right, about using Moses, and he brought us out through miracles and wonders and signs. It says, and now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard, because after all the Lord did for the nation of Israel to get right, Israel still went astray. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, that it shall be trodden down. So the Lord took away that hedge from us. All right. Let's look up this word real quick. Safeguard, hedgerow. All right. A fence or boundary formed by closely growing bushes or shrubs. So the Lord took away that safeguard from us, that hedge. All right. And what happened to us? We went into hardcore slavery on these different nations. All right. And that spiritual hedge is around the elect as they move to and fro, because this place is known as what? The valley of the shadow of death. All right. Okay. It says why? Because every law, statute, commandment is broken in this place, man. Mainly America. All right. So of course there's gonna be a lot of deaths. All right. So when you see the death toll rising, you understand why. Okay. And it shall be eaten, and breaking down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down, and I will lay it waste. It shall not be burnt, pruned, nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they should rain, nor no, that they shall clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord Yahweh of hosts is the house of Israel, and the house of Judah his pleasant plant. There it is. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold a cry. All right, because our people are, basically going off, man. Not following Lord's statutes and commandments. All right, not dealing with the law, but dealing with these heathens, and therefore that hedge is gonna be taken away. So, this woman that passed away, all right, they got hit by the train and got sent back to the spirit world. I don't know. I don't think she's an Israelite. I really don't care. But this is just an example. All right, we're gonna be out there dying like heathens, man. Our people gonna be dying like heathens. All right, because they don't want to get right with the Lord, but they rather get right with these different gods and different idols. Okay. I think that was it. It says, what's this? Psalm 34:7 says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Deliver us from what? The perils. Okay. How about the dude could have walked right past the man of the Lord, or past an elect of the Lord, and then left them alone, but then unleash his wrath, or the Lord's wrath, on someone that was wicked or someone that had to be judged. All right, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. You know, so these are the situations that we've been delivered from constantly. Everything is spiritual. You might walk to the train and you forgot something, so you have to go back to get it. And you know that could be everything happens for a reason, man. That could be the spirit that happens. All right, but the true perils are really coming upon us. Things are even getting worse. You see the body counts, the murder rate is steadily increasing. All right, and this man has a lot in store for us. All right, he's gonna come down with that great wrath. So we're gonna need the Lord. We're gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We're gonna need this truth and faith. All right, to be built up for the times at hand. And Lord willis, that's what's edifying. And I want to say all praise goes to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Chakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and salutations to the Akhmar pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. Shalom.